Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to World Gospel Broadcasting Network. I am Abanda Edwin. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. In this edition of the program, we'll be looking at the Church of Christ, my one, limbe, and the future. Dear brothers and sisters, some people in this country think that we are here to honor some people. We are here to take friendship, family relation, tribe, and blind our eyes from the reality of allowing truth that will set the Church of Christ in this country free. I've always remained objective in criticizing even my own self. So if I can criticize my own self, it therefore also means I have the moral authority to criticize everyone without sparing any. This channel will never be used to destroy our own, but to fix that which the devil wants to destroy. We are determined to tackle internal issues because this is the devil within is dangerous than the one without. We cannot afford to fold our arms while the devil is tearing down the church into pieces. My dear brothers and sisters, we will be objective and tackle issues the way they are, so that our people have the balanced diet of the reality, fact, and truth that are necessary to be heard. We will never regret doing it, whether hated or loved. The issue is all what we do should give glory to God. My dear brothers and sisters, the issue of the My One Church of Christ is moving from one dimension to the other. I have decided to really communicate the both parties in the issue and get what is really happening. But what I see is simply pride and motives that are not godly that are prolonging the issue. I made a broadcast here the last time, and I discussed the preacher and some of the weak points that he has. Let's not lose sight, dear brothers and sisters. Even me seated here, I have my own weak points. That's why iron sharpened iron. So we need to strengthen each other. The beauty of Christianity is that Jesus was very critical, even to his apostles, those that he loved. He criticized them. And that was constructive criticism, building them for the future. I love criticism, even as I criticize. And some of you have criticized what we are doing. And we are happy for that. Because there is freedom. My dear brothers and sisters, sometimes even what we broadcast is taken out of proportion to mean is hatred for somebody. Far be it. In this country of Cameroon, they call me the disciple of Abasiama. Because I've always stood by him in every situation and circumstances. And that I'll always do. Because I truly know who he is. Because I've lived with him for quite a long time. It will be dishonesty to say that he's not a good man. It will also be disheartening to think that he is the sole problem in this problem. For a preacher to have walked in a congregation that even the previous preacher ran away after 4 years of persecution by the same brethren he was administering. For him to have survived for 14 years is an indication that he has the spirit of endurance. Some of us underestimate the magnitude of the situation on the ground. It is not easy. And no matter how we look at this situation and give our various conclusions on the basis of tribalism, I hear say, and on the basis of ethnicity, and we take side, tomorrow your own turn will come. I spelled out last time where he has erred. That doesn't mean I hate him. And that doesn't mean He has not done so many things that are right. If you were to put on a scale, he's good, and the things he have done in this country, I must say he's one of the best preachers in this country. And with any agitation that somebody can think about it. The Bible says there's no one righteous man who doesn't sin. Not even me talking here. My dear brothers and sisters, some have taken advantage of the situation to set a personal scores that they have. And they are taking the vacuum that has been created by this problem to claim self-righteousness and then stand against him. These gullible preachers, these insensitive preachers, these worldly preachers, these earthly preachers have not only gone further to instigate the church against him, but have even further made a solution to the problem difficult. Some of those who we think are the solution to the problem are rather the problem. The preacher has gone through a very traumatic era of his life as a minister in this country. He has gone for weeks without eating. Part of his body decapitated because of the threat, the pushing, the hitting that he has received from the brethren. Even though some are trying to deny it. If medical information and what doctors say is true, then nobody can deny that it just happened by chance. But the event of things that took place in the church precipitated the pains on him caused by these brethren whom he has been ministering for all these years. My one couldn't have been proud to be what they are today if not of what the minister has done. He has not only demonstrated leadership, but he has also demonstrated true endurance, end-time endurance, perseverance that God expects us to. I believe that after all of this, he will live the beauty of all the pains he has passed through. He will enjoy, and God will surely bless him. The preacher has died and then resurrected. In my first piece, I said that to some people, if there's a way to kill him, they will do it. And let me say that if he dies today, we know where to hook our hands. If the church dies today, we know who has caused it. They know themselves. I will only urge the minister that our minister, Abasiama John, should work with the board. Because there's no way he can work without working with the board. And I said here, let's care less about those who are heading the institution, whether some of them are credible or not. But let's honor the institution, because people will come and go, but the institution will remain. That's the only institution recognized by the government that can even dismiss a preacher, remove the preacher from this country, sealed and close down a church. Let's not lose sight of the powers that they have. But that does not also mean they can do as they like anyway. Those moving and causing chaos, I repeat, if Abasiama dies, if the church dies, you will have yourself to be blamed and God to face. Those taking advantage of the situation to settle personal scores, God will judge you. There are some preachers who have suddenly become monitoring spirit in the situation at hand. They go to Abasiama, take information, because now we know that the church has been divided into two. Those who have been praying and hoping for the preacher to vacate that congregation. Those who think that they can pull him out by every means to gain what only them know. They have their camp. And those who think the preacher has suffered a lot and should walk and leave this country peacefully, or go somewhere peacefully, living not because of any problem, but living because his mission is accomplished, are also standing on the other side. And you have even preachers around limbe who think that they can go to this camp, take information, go to this camp, and take their head and knock together. And they are moving in the middle as the devil, incarnate in disguise. My dear brothers and sisters, let me urge these various people to take note. I urge Brother Pius to go and plead for your preacher for forgiveness. I plead for Sister Tato to go and beg your preacher for forgiveness. I pray for Brother Kwan to go and beg your preacher for forgiveness, including the rest of your other camp. It doesn't matter what the preacher has done. He remained the man of God. Whether good or bad, it's not your position to judge him. Let's know that God's anointed one should be catered for and not to be caused pain upon. The pains that Abasema John has suffered from the denominations in Limbe, in Let the Bible Speak, which I was converted through and even became part of the program, the hell that he passed through is quite enough for the church to add its own after all these years of breaking the feet, the hands, the mouth, and crushing the devil and his demonic doctrine in Limbe. It will be so disheartening and so evil of us to solidly turn against the man who has sacrificed for the growth of the church in that era. Nobody can say that my one is what it is today without the firm contribution of Abasema John and his true leadership that has pushed the church where it is today. These various individuals that are standing against him, it is a shame, my dear brothers and sisters, that we are robbing the name of the Church of Jesus Christ into the mud. Because after all, they will say the Church of Christ. Those people who are preaching on the radio, those people who are criticizing denomination, those people who are claiming truth. Look at them today. They are fighting within themselves. Look at them today. We are robbing the name of the church into the mud. And God is going to hold us accountable for that. I want to use this opportunity to plead. Because of what I've heard from some sisters pleading, preacher, come back and preach to us. And I heard that some of you went and were pleading behind and asking for forgiveness behind. Go straight to the preacher and ask for forgiveness. No matter the weak points of Abasema John, he remained a true preacher and a true man of God. There's nobody without weak point and shortcoming. The better we take the highest good of him, which has suddenly paralyzed every weak point we could think about, and enjoy the better. If you are having 80 over 100, then that's a pass mark. And not just a pass mark, but a good mark for that matter. My dear brothers and sisters, there are preachers in this country that hated Abasema John with passion because of his talent and his gift of God in preaching of the gospel. They hated him not because he has done anything wrong to them, but because he has done what nobody has done in this country, through administering the will of God. It is a shame that people are robbing the name of the church into the mud. Just look at the neighbors in that area. Look at the neighbors where the church are. This fighting, this shouting, pulling the preacher down, all those things that's happened with the video footages which we have packed in our record. We have them in our record. You can't deny it. I have every record of everything. Are you going to deny this fact? Are you going to deny this honest truth? My dear brothers and sisters, I want to say that the time has come when we must rise. I plead for the board to relook into this situation and finally put a stop to it before the entire church in this country is destroyed. This is a test of time, and if we are not careful, if we fail the test, we are finished. We give courage to Abasema John to remain resilient. This turbulent period are always there in the life of everybody. For those who are supporting evil, today is him, tomorrow it will be you, and tomorrow it can be me. Is it the same way we are going to react to the situation? Is it the same way we are going to solve it? All of us should be asking our various self-consciences the role we have played in this situation. If we have solved the problem or we skyrocketed it. If we went and engaged with people because they have money against the preacher. If we went and engaged with people because they have cars. We engage with people because they are of our tribe against the preacher. A day of reckoning and judgment is coming, and nobody will escape. I pray that reconciliation take preeminence. I will bring part 2 of this in our next edition of the program. Thank you for being part of this program. I am Abanda Edwin. Goodbye and God bless you.